Sydney Tower, Australian 737, ready for IFR departure, runway 7.
Australian 737, hold short, runway 7. Traffic is Bombardier CRA 700 on final.
Hold short, runway 7, Australian 737.
Piper, Papa Whiskey, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved. Air Canada 1322, turn next taxiway. Air Canada 1322, contact ground on 121.7. Australian 737, clear for takeoff, runway 7.
Clear for takeoff, runway 7, Australian 737.
Going to 121.7, Air Canada 1322.
Sydney Tower, Piper Victor Hotel Lima Delta Alpha is 11 miles northwest Alpha to land.
Piper Victor Hotel Lima Delta Alpha, Sydney Tower, fly straight in, runway 16 left, altimeter
on runway 07.
Make straight in, runway 16 left, Piper Lima Delta Alpha. Sydney Tower,
80 knots.
336 is 11 miles north, inbound ILS, runway 16 left, approach.
Southwest
V1,
336,
rotate.
Sydney Tower, make straight in,
V2.
runway 16 left, altimeter 3003.
Fly straight in, runway 16 left, southwest 336. Sydney Tower, Gaia 6407 at runway 7, ready for takeoff, IFR, Alice Springs.
Australian 737, contact Sydney departure on 124.55. Gaia 6407, taxi into position and hold.
124.55 for Australian 737. Position and hold, Gaia 6407.
Alpha, have the traffic.
Sydney departure, Australian 737 is at 900, climbing 9,000. Australian 737, Sydney departure, roger, altimeter 3003. Southwest 8621, turns left at heading 0905. Australian 737, turns left at heading 3005. Resume on navigation, climb and maintain 9,000. Tony Bravo Juliet Tango, turns left at heading 335. Beach Hotel Kilo Alpha, contact Melbourne Center on 133.8. Turn left heading 305, resume on navigation, climb and maintain 9,000. Australian 737, Australian 737, turn left at heading 275. Turn left heading 275. Australian 737. Departure, Gaia 6407 is at 800, climbing 12,000. Gaia 6407, Sydney, departure, roger, altimeter 3003. Gaia 6407, turns left and heading 290, resume on navigation, climb and maintain 12,000. Air Canada 8684, turns left and heading 335. Turns left heading 290, resume on navigation. Australian 737, cleared to land, runway 6. Cleared to land, runway 6. Australian 737.
500.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Pacifica, read 623, cleared to land, runway 6. Followed Airbus on final. Cleared to land, runway 6. Pacifica, read 623.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't
Approaching
sink.
06.
500. Approaching minimums.
Manila Tower, orbit 8956, ready to go. Runway 6,
Minimum.
IFR to Mactan. Orbit 8956, hold short. Runway 6, traffic is Airbus on final.
100.
Hold short.
100.
Runway 6,
100.
orbit
100.
8956.
100. 100.
Don't think. Don't think. Don't think. Don't think.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Australian 737, turn next taxiway. Pacifica 3623, go around. Going around. Pacifica 3623. Pacifica 3623, contact Manila approach on 119.7. 119.7 for Pacifica 3623. Australian 737, exit runway when able. Australian 737, contact ground on 121.9er, orbit 8956, cleared for takeoff, runway 6. 121.9er for Australian 737, cleared for takeoff. Manila ground, Australian 737, request taxi to the gate. Australian 737, taxi to gate 31, using taxiway Echo 2, Delta 4, Foxtrot 4, Lima. Taxiing to gate 31 via taxiway Echo 2, Delta 4, Foxtrot 4, Lima, Australian 737.
Approaching minimums. Minimums. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Approaching minimums. Minimums. One hundred. 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.